Today we're going to fix the KitchenAid Professional 600. Seems to be a common problem where the head falls off, and this is it here. So you can certainly take the machine apart and replace everything. But what we're going to try first is, I had put this on and the splines were all lined up, the gear was lined up, and I had to work pretty good to get it off. So I'm going to drill a couple small holes in the side of this, and then I'm going to put some JB Weld on the splines here. I'm going to clamp it together for the night, and I'm pretty sure that's going to hold. Okay, so there are 2 holes drilled, 1 and 2. Got a little JB Weld mixed up. We're going to just apply a real light coating on the splines right here. Then we're going to carefully slide that up, and you're going to have to rotate these gears so they mesh with the gears up here and mesh with the spline. You got to get them both to mesh. That's the hard part. I dry fitted this earlier today and I tapped it up with a mallet, and I had a heck of a time getting it off. So I do believe some JB Weld, let it cure for a couple of days. The excess that comes out of the splines is going to ooze through these holes and kind of pin it together. Guaranteed to fix it. Mix the JB Weld till it's one solid color, and then we're just going to apply a little bit. And I'm not going to be able to show that, but I'm sure you can figure it out. Put a little on these splines, and then we're just going to get the whole thing to go together. And I'm going to clamp it from the top to the bottom and let it dry. Okay, so if you can see, it's just a very thin smear of JB Weld. Those splines don't have much tolerance at all, so you can't really gum it up. And I just put just a little dab around the rim of this, and now we're going to put it together. And there it is, back together and clamped. I made sure that this gap was close to where it should be. I plugged it in and turned it on to make sure everything was spinning. And now we're going to leave it clamped overnight to dry. We're going to actually give it a couple of days before we put it back into service. So here we are 13 hours later. The JB Welds here. And like rock, you're not going to do anything to damage that. So we'll unhook our clamps. Plug it in. Turn it on. Now she's all ready to make your favorite brownies. Because after all, they are legal in New York. The parts to affix this from the KitchenAid website was something like $79. Plus all the labor to take this whole machine apart would have been a few hours. Plus buying new food grade grease to re-grease all the gears up inside here. So all in all, it's the easiest, quickest way, cheapest way to fix the KitchenAid. Save yourself a couple $100.